What is up, everybody? We are rolling audio here today on episode 54 of The Hodder Show. How are you doing? I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic weekend so far. Thank you so much for tuning in and clicking that play button on part 2 of my conversation with Anthony from Out of My League. Last Thursday's episode was awesome. I really had a blast doing it. Feedback's been really good for that. I know a couple guys in bands have kind of reached out to me and said, "Oh man, like I really want to be on the podcast." Blah, blah, blah. So it's really cool. I'm so pumped for that. There's been a couple guys. I'm not going to say anything yet, but there's been a couple guys who have let me know they definitely want to be on the podcast. So that is cool. Like I said, I had such a blast recording those with Anthony. Definitely the most fun I've ever had recording a podcast. And I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up Anthony's ass, but it was definitely a whole lot of fun. And definitely will have him back on for a part 3 and a gaming podcast at some point, because there's just still so much we have left to talk about. We'll have him on again for sure. So, what's going on before I get into this podcast here with Anthony? Last night was the Tragically Hip's final concert ever, and it was aired all over the world. Canada basically was just closed for the evening. I don't really have much to say about it. It's one of those things where I've never really been a huge Tragically Hip fan. I mean, obviously I love the songs I love by the Hip, I love, but like I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I've been a massive Tragically Hip fan for years, but nothing but the utmost respect for them and what they've done for Canadian music. Basically putting Canada on their backs in a way, and kind of bringing it all over the world. I mean, you go pretty much anywhere in the world and say Tragically Hip, and people are going to know exactly who you're talking about and what you're talking about, and so on and so forth. But it was still a beautiful, beautiful concert. Gord Downie is without a doubt an incredible musician, an amazing songwriter, and I mean it's tragic what's happening with him, but at the end of the day, what they did in light of what's going on with him, I think was amazing. It was the best thing to do. So wish him and his family nothing but the best. And that's just kind of all I got to say about it. Amazing, amazing night. Got goosebumps quite a few times, especially at the end. But not really much else to say about it. So if you guys happen to miss it for some reason, I do recommend you guys check it out. I don't know if it'd be as special as it was watching it live, but definitely still a great performance. I mean, the Hip are an amazing rock band. So all the best to the Tragically Hip and Gord Downie as he continues his fight. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Real quick before I get into this podcast any further, I want to give a shout out to my man, Mr. Jason Reese over at Jaybird Digital Arts. If you guys saw a couple days ago, I put up a little meme. It was Segway City with me in place of Brock Lesnar instead of Suplex City. I thought it was pretty funny. I had the idea for the meme, and I wanted to get someone to kind of make it because I don't have Photoshop. And Jason basically hit me up and was like, yeah, I got it. And took the time to do that for me. And he didn't just half-ass it. Like, he made it look really cool and really funny. So, hope you guys enjoyed that meme. I think it's really funny. And I know a few people have thought it was really funny. People don't know who Brock Lesnar are. Probably don't find it that funny. But if you guys have listened to the last few episodes of the podcast, I have literally been like the mayor of Segway City, in the sense of I just keep going off on random stuff. I've always been like that, but the last few episodes especially, I've been really bad for that. Poor Anthony just wanted to talk about Out of My League, and that's not what happened. No, but either way, big shout out to Jason for putting that together for me, and everything else he's done for me, all the logos, the banners, the t-shirts. You guys know if you need any kind of logo or merch or album covers or anything like that, you hit Jason up. You can find him on the web at www.jaybird, that's Jaybird, digitalarts.com. You can also find him on Facebook and on Twitter under the Jaybird Digital Arts handle. So without further ado, I'm going to plug into this part 2 podcast with Anthony. We talk about all kinds of great stuff. Also gives quite a few shout outs to a few bands that I just went ahead and tagged in this post here just so they know that they're getting shout out and getting some love from Anthony because he's such a great guy. So that said, we're going to roll into this part 2 here with Anthony. Let's get into it. All right, so we're back here hanging out with Anthony, still in my kitchen. Dude, thanks for hanging out for 3 days while
Not a problem.
Get this going here.
It's cold in here.
Yeah. After a while, it gets a little cold in the basement. Hopefully, your coffee's still.
This has been empty for.
It's been empty for a few days. All right, well, we'll get you a cheeseburger or something. We'll okay. All right, so just kind of diving right into it here. I want to talk about Resented, like. Crazy in depth about Resented and a whole bunch of stuff, but just before we do,
okay,
I have a lot of people, a lot of kids.
Yep.
Now, when I say kids, I don't mean like 7-year-olds. I mean people who are like 15.
Yeah.
Always ask me, and I got asked this all the time at the shop, I in my bedroom, what should I do to like play and like what gear should I use and all that kind of thing. So I always like to ask now what you use as far as like when you're like at home jamming and that kind of thing, what you use if you potentially can.
Okay. Well, to be quite honest, I haven't had my kit at home in a long time. It's always been at where we practice.
Yeah, for sure.
So in order to like kind of keep in shape for myself, it's mainly just like I have a practice pad at home, have like a thing of rudiments on my wall that I just practice to once in a while. I'll do a couple like paradiddles, shit like that. And honestly, it's a lot of fucking air drumming.
Yeah, a lot of air drumming, bro.
Honestly, it's a lot of like listening and just picking up on things, like especially when you're listening to like other people's recordings and stuff. You're like, oh, okay, I caught that little thing. I wonder how they did that, and like kind of figure it out in your head. You're like, oh shit, okay, that's neat. I do that a lot with a lot of different bands, like a lot of different metal bands nowadays. I listen to and I'm just like, okay, let's see where they're going with this. And then I listen to it like, okay, I like see where they're coming from, yada yada yada. So but if you like you do have like equipment at home, it doesn't matter what you have at home. Like when you ask like what gear should I have and stuff like that, I'm like, fucking if you're playing drums, fucking get some pots and pans.
Yeah, literally anything.
Exactly. Like as long as you're putting work towards what you want to do, like you can buy the shittiest drum kit on the planet for all I care. Like you can try building it yourself and it can be warped out of its mind. As long as you can hit it and get some sort of like rhythm and patterning down, then you're good to go. Like it does not matter if you have like, you can have a freaking 11-piece DW kit with like 7 toms and like 3 different snares and like 2 bass drums. You can have all of that, but it doesn't mean shit if you can't play it for shit.
I know a guy like that. He will remain nameless, but this dude has this beautiful kit and all this money into it, and he can't play worth a damn. And he always would say to me, I need to get like a practice kit. What would you recommend? Like, why do you need a practice kit?
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, get like a practice pad. Pfft, no, I'm not doing that. Dude, get a practice pad and play along, even with like a metronome or something, anything. Oh, I don't play with a metronome. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, gear for home, anything. For the love of God, anything.
Yeah.
Like, so go on Kijiji, buy the cheapest shit you can find and hit it, and just put some headphones on your ears and just play to whatever the fuck you want.
Literally anything.
Yeah, like I said before, I like played to freaking Kesha for God's sakes, just to get some sort of rhythm down.
Any kind of rhythm.
Exactly. Find out like how you're comfortable playing, like anything like that. Just as long as you're progressing somewhat, it doesn't matter what the hell you're using. Like, I mean, if you have like a guitar, just try to keep it in tune and just play some shit. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter if you have like a $5,000 acoustic. You can buy a freaking first act like plastic one for all I care. Just play the damn thing.
You can buy those nice fancy Beaver Creeks. People always laugh at me, even when I was at the store. They'd be like, "Oh, so you probably have all this nice gear." And I'm like, "Yeah, my main guitar's a $100 Beaver Creek acoustic I got when I was 16."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Really? Yep. You don't have like a Taylor or anything?" "Nope, don't like them.
Yeah.
I like my $100 guitar." And they're like, "Seriously?" I'm like, "Yep." So it doesn't matter the gear, but is there any recommendations you have maybe for
like if people are looking to like get good gear kind of thing?
well, let's say that, but like as far as like practicing at home, like someone who obviously like, I mean, you know what you're doing.
Okay.
As far as like you talk about like rudiments and so that's where you start to lose me because I know nothing about drum stuff. But
honestly, like I'm trying to think here. Like there's a lot of stuff I wish I had, like that I can't afford because I'm a musician.
'cause I'm a musician.
That's basically my answer. But like there's so many different things you can get now. Like just a practice pad for one, just to start. Like they're usually pretty cheap. Just
You can get them for like $20.
Exactly. There's actually a neat thing that the company DW put out. It's like a practice pad kit. It comes.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's got like a small little foam pad for pedals too. Like so, like get your own shitty pedals or whatever. And then you can like set it up into the form of a drum set. So it's got like space for snares and everything. And then if you really wanted like cymbals or anything, Zildjian actually came out with an awesome line of low volume cymbals that won't go above to like 60 decibels or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they got like holes in them everywhere, but they're really solidly made and they're purposely for practice. Like you can just go in a room and just hit them as hard as you want, but they're not going to bother anyone. Like they're perfect for people with like apartments or something, or parents are like, "Fuck you, we don't want to hear you play shitty music." And then even going off like stuff like that, just get like an electric drum kit or something. Like doesn't have to be a good one, just something that you can hit. Literally anything that you can arrange into a set of drums. Just use that.
Get your form down a
Exactly.
little bit, and get your groove down.
It's so much more about like figuring out what you're comfortable with rather than getting the best equipment.
Oh, for sure.
Necessarily. Like you can make any drum sound good if you know what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if you get a shitty drum kit, buy better skins. Like that's that's a really good piece of advice actually.
Yes.
If you were like, "Oh man, my drums sound like shit," like I should buy new drums. No, buy new skins and tune them properly.
Buy new skins, get them tuned probably. My buddy had this old CB drum set.
Right.
When he bought it, it sounded like crap.
Oh, of course it did.
We got new Evans skins on this. Shout out to Evans. The only skin line gigs ever carried.
I could use a sponsorship real quick, Evans. Send it my way.
Yeah, sponsor me too, because I need money. So you're a drummer, TJ? No, I can't play drums with a damn. I just like in another life.
I think about it sometimes. Does that count?
I think about it all the time. Yeah, I think about it all the time. I would kill to be drummer. Would love it. But I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, no. He came in. He spent maybe $100.
Yeah.
Brand new. He spent a lot of money on the snare and the bass drum skin.
Yeah.
He spent a lot. I think like the snare skin he bought, it was like a $40, $50 one.
Yeah. And bass drum skins are actually pretty expensive.
Yeah. Like actually it was a lot more than $100 because the bass skins he got alone were $100 a piece, I think.
Yeah.
Like they were really nice ones. I'm not just saying that because he bought them for me.
Yeah.
They were really nice ones. And he put them on that friggin' drum. He put a blanket in the bass drum.
Yep.
And he taped up his snare.
Yep.
And he had a cymbal that was cracked, and he just sawed it to the point where the cracked part was gone.
Yep.
And he mic'd it up, and he hit it, and it sounded like a studio drum set.
Yep.
Just done. So you can make anything work, guys. Never be discouraged.
Don't ever give me the excuse, "Oh, my drum set's shitty." No, you're shitty. Buy new cymbals.
Yes, buy new cymbals or skins or something. Tune it. Just
exactly. Just
figure it out.
Practice, man.
Practice. Practice makes perfect, folks.
Exactly.
You want to be like Anthony here from Out of My League. You practice.
Don't go that far. Don't like make people aspire to
like aspire to be. There are kids out there that I'm sure aspire to be like you.
Oh God, don't put that kind of pressure on me.
I can promise you with 100% certainty there are people who look up to you guys because I've experienced it.
Right.
I got a fan moment because I knew you guys and because I worked on Steven's guitar.
Right. I remember that.
The fact that happened to me, like they were freaking out to meet me because I know you guys and work on your guitar. Like, oh my God. So People look up to you. It's okay.
Should've
It's not
just
necessarily a bad thing.
I don't understand that day when you just didn't like message me on Facebook, be like, "Yo, we got a situation down here. Get over here."
Yeah. Oh, I was talking about another one.
Oh, that's a different situation.
This was about the bands. This kid came up to me.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but like, he literally was just like, "Hey, man, you're TJ, right?" Yeah, bro. What's up? Like, you know, out of my league, right? I'm like, yeah. Like, do you think I could like get your autograph? I'm like, what? Like, looking back, I think I kind of feel like a dick looking back because like I didn't give it to him.
Oh,
but it wasn't because I was like, no, you peasant, I am TJ. Who are you?
Absolutely.
Because I just kind of like I was like, bro, like I'm literally nobody. But he's just like, oh, like you like work on their guitars, it's so cool, blah blah blah. Do you think maybe if it's okay, I could like bring my guitar in the gigs and you could work on it? I was like, yeah, bro, it's my job. Like, but like aside from that, I'm like, yeah, cool. So it's funny. Looking back now, that was a total the fangirl story. Right. I'll maybe tell it later because I don't think I told it on Dom's podcast. I don't recall if I did or not. But I'll maybe tell it later.
Oh, okay.
But so yeah, no, people looking up to you, man. You gotta think about these things. These kids, man. These kids look up to you.
I have to maintain a decent public image. Oh God.
Decent. I don't want to have to report. Yes. Today on the Hollow Show, I'm reporting that Anthony flipped a car and it was caught with 10 kilos of cocaine. Like, come on, dude. I don't ever want to have to report that because I'm gonna have to report it. You'd hold me to it.
Listen, if you want to keep like hearing good shit from out of my league, you aren't gonna say shit.
This is true. This is true.
No, but seriously, if anyone catches me doing something stupid like that, report me.
Report you. Call me. And I will know.
I'll take care of that shit myself. Like I've told people, like if I'm doing certain things, please stop me.
If I'm being an idiot. I think it was like Dom said to me, not on the podcast, but he's just like, because I think I said to him like, you guys are all like so cool.
Yeah.
With like, and he's just like, if I ever am like a pretentious dick to you, please hit me. Like, he didn't word it like that, but he's basically just like, yeah, if I'm ever a dick to you for any reason, please let me know. I'm like, okay, cool, I can do that.
No, I feel the exact same way. Please, if you feel some like weird negative feelings towards me or my band or anyone I know, just fucking tell me. Like, honest to God.
Bro, like you guys are kind of being dicks. Like,
I'll be like, oh shit, sorry. What do we do and how can we fix it?
How can we fix this?
That's like my favorite thing about being in a band when people like leave you hate comments or something like, yeah, that was shit. I'm like, what can we do to fix it in your eyes?
I'm sorry. What would you like?
Exactly. Instead of like leaving just like, hey, that part, fuck you. Like, and be like, okay, you have a better alternative? Like, give us some solid advice.
Yeah, because Dom kind of touched on that.
Yeah, he did.
There was one comment in particular that was just like, really? I mean, I've seen it. You get people who are just, bro, your podcast fucking sucks. Okay, what would you recommend to make it better? Right. Yeah. You suck. Okay.
There's actually one more recently. We uploaded our lyric video for Resented and Loaded Gun to Facebook and like sponsored it to get it shared around and stuff like that. Yeah. We got one comment that all of us loved like to death because it's so mean. It was literally like the music's really good, but the vocalist needs to get shot. We're just like, oh my god, this person is very angry, and we love it.
Wow, like why though? What's wrong with Dom?
I know, we were just like,
the vocalist needs to get shot.
It was just like the most straight, like he just said it, and we're just like, well, I mean, that's how he feels, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, people are ruthless nowadays. They just don't care.
I mean, obviously, like, we know it's like, really, you're going to want him to get shot, in all honesty. And we're just like, that's actually hilarious.
That's brutal. Oh, we have a visitor here.
Hello.
That's Simba.
Aww.
One of my resident cats here at the Hollow Show studios. How you doing? Just woke up from your nap? Yeah, okay. All right, dude. Man, no, hate comments, that kind of thing. I always say to people, if you're gonna make a comment, like at least
make it constructive.
Like just be like, hey boys, I'm digging the music. Not a big fan of the vocals though. Maybe I would maybe recommend trying more of a guttural approach.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, something like that.
Exactly. Like, just like maybe like switch something here or there, and we're like, okay, that's fine.
Okay, cool,
yeah.
bro. We appreciate that. You know.
Yeah.
I think if someone's like, "Hey, TJ, yeah, the podcast is all right. I think you need to completely restructure your entire show. I would recommend not laughing all the time at your own jokes, and I would really recommend not like doing this or this." I'm like, well, that's the entire show. Yeah, reformat the entire show. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
By the way, don't just tell people to be like, yeah, scrap that shit.
Yeah, like just don't do what you're doing. Just stop the podcast.
I mean,
altogether.
it'd be different if it was completely universal. Like everyone was like, no, this isn't working. And you're
Yeah.
like, okay, no one agrees with me. That's fine. But like, if you have mostly positive and then one person's like, yeah, stop.
Yeah, that's the thing to take away from it. Like even when you said that, you got all these people praising,
Yeah.
friggin' Resent, and then just one guy's just like, oh, the vocal range is a good shot. Ah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's good you guys got the right attitude about it, though.
Oh,
Where it's just
absolutely.
like, man, that's brutal. I love it.
Yeah, like there's nothing you can do but laugh at it. You know what I mean? Like if you take it seriously, then it's like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
person who wants to shoot our vocalist, great. Okay.
Yeah, like and you gotta have thick skin.
Exactly.
Like, it's just brutal out there. But kind of getting back to the EP and that there. How different is it compared to recording Beautiful Calamity? What you recorded on it compared to? I didn't mean that as an insult. That kind of came out like,
No, that's fine.
What you recorded on it. I mean, you know what I mean. Compared to Beautiful Calamity. Compared to Resented. Scatterbrain here.
Yeah, it's all good.
I've been
man.
laughing too much.
So like, wait, what are you trying to ask? me?
just sorry, like the tracking process from.
Okay.
Yeah, just from.
All right. The tracking process was smooth, I would say. Actually,
Yeah.
It actually went very well. Because at this point, I had tracked a few things. Like I used Beautiful Calamity, Lily, and Witness as like all just learning experiences, right? And then I went into this knowing kind of exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, this is exactly what's going to go down. And it took 2 days to record all 7, and actually went pretty well.
That's
Like,
pretty damn quick.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was all just like go, like, because we wanted to just get that shit done. But like, I definitely remember certain songs taking fucking a long time. Like Black Sheep is still the most difficult song to play for me, and we play it last in the set usually, and it's so painful to play just because it's like constant, just going around the kit.
It is, yeah. I don't think about that stuff.
It's real fast, man.
See, I figure a song like Blind, to me,
Yeah.
like guitar player, I hear Blind, I'm like, how the fuck do they play that? Just because it's like the one part,
Yeah.
it sounds like there's so much offbeat shit going on, but in reality, there's really not. It just, to me, it sounds like I wouldn't be able to play that.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
then I
it's
sit
just,
down and I'm like, okay.
yeah, it's like the more like kind of riff heavy part of
Yeah.
the song you're talking about, right?
Yeah, just that intro. Follow the, you know.
Yeah.
Again, here I am telling you how your fucking song goes.
That's fine.
I know that with Dom so much. I was like, what your song would you say this lyric? He's just like, yep. I'm like, oh,
Nah, that's all good. But yeah, like actually that part's probably the hardest part of the song. Just like going at it and keeping on time.
Keeping it in time.
It's so much harder in Black Sheep because how we recorded it was we recorded that, I think it was like 125 BPMs or something like that, and the intro was easy enough to record, but we left the rest at the same tempo because it technically is the same tempo, but you basically go double time from it, and you have to keep that click in your head going, and you can't go past that, you can't go under it, and it just has to be precise. Like, so recording that, like, I'm pretty sure I recorded that first just to get that out of the way because I knew how difficult it would be. It took, I think, like 2 hours by itself.
Wow.
It was crazy. But after that, everything was actually pretty smooth. Like, Blind went well, Spineless went well. Resented, I pretty much knocked down, like, no problem, just because it's so quick and easy, but still one of my favorites.
Dun, dun. Dun, dun. What exactly did you use for that?
What do you mean?
That, you know, again, you Resented how it like literally it goes into like kind of like the breakdown.
Yeah.
Dun dun.
Oh, that's all China.
I figured it was a China, but there's been times where I'm like, oh, that's a China, and then it turns out it's not. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, that like where it's all slow, it's China and snare, and well, of course, bass drum. But yeah, that's all it is. It's just me just going on the China every couple beats or whatever. like, I guess technically half notes if you really want to get into it. But,
If you really want to get technical.
but yeah, like that's all just like solid China hits. Like that part wasn't difficult to record. It's just being precise with it, because when you're doing that like almost little of notes, you have to make sure every note's perfect. Because like in Black Sheep, you're hitting a bunch of stuff like really fast. So I mean, if one thing, like one cymbal hit isn't perfect, it's not going to come across as like, oh fuck, like we have to do that entire thing again.
Yeah.
It's more like if you kind of mess it up, you're just doing another thing right after. But in that, you had to be extremely precise, where I'm hitting like every single rim shot had to be perfect, every cymbal hit, like all that. But
It all had to be like literally perfect.
oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, everything on the record has to be perfect. You know?
Oh
what
yeah,
I mean?
for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think this time going in, it was like back to the original question. This time going into recording, it was actually a lot smoother of a process. Like the songs were more difficult and complex in terms of drumming, but I think as a whole, after practicing so many times, it went a lot smoother.
Right on. So as far as like the writing of the EP, like was the first song you guys had written, was it Loaded Gun? Or because I know that song's been around for a while.
Yeah. I think it was actually the combo. We wrote them at the exact same time because Dom had mentioned on his episode that he knew he wanted like one thing going into another. And that was exactly what we came up with. Like we came up with Resented first, and we're like, okay, what could this kind of go into? And then Loaded Gun was like a weird tangent, and we just kind of put them together, and we're like, this is actually perfect. And then we came up with the idea of linking the two, like the beginning and end, and we're like, oh, that's awesome. And that's what we did. So, I mean, that was the first thing we wrote. And then from there, it was definitely Spineless. It was Spineless, then Black Sheep, because we wanted to close with something awesome, 2015 Battle of the Bands, and we're like, we had this one in progress. We're like, okay, we're making a fucking badass ending, and we did. Like the badass ending to Black Sheep. Like, well, I mean, we think it's badass. I mean,
oh, it's a sick Dodge repeat. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sick.
absolutely. And then from there we went to Blind, and then went to Heart of Hate, and then Recover was the really interesting one to write, because we were like, we knew we wanted to write something soft. Like, is soft the right word?
I know what you mean. Like, it's different.
Yeah, exactly. We wanted to write something different, like more progressive kind of thing. Like, I think it was Steven and Taylor that had that idea, and we're like, all right, sure, whatever. And then they came in like with what they had planned, and we're like, okay, we can get behind this kind of thing. We really like that. And so we took our time with it. Like, we didn't want to rush that whatsoever. Like, we knew that was the one song we could not rush. Like Heart of Hate, we just kind of threw together because we were really into heavier stuff at the time. Like Falsifier was still like in our heads and stuff like that. And we're like, ooh, we got to write something that fucking beats into you.
Yeah.
And we were like, that's it. That's the one. But when it came to Recover, we took our damn time. Like drums were a little easier to write just because they're mainly sticking to the beat and stuff like that. But when it came to like guitars and everything, that took so long. Like just getting every note right and making sure everything flowed extremely nicely. And
Oh,
then
for sure.
And we didn't hear the vocals until they were recorded.
For Recover?
Yeah.
That's cool. Because that's like, out of all the songs in the EP, like I love Blind.
Yeah.
I love Spineless, and I love Recover. Like those are my favorite three. But Recover's like, I mean, the response that song got from people.
Oh, absolutely. It was actually kind of mind-blowing to see like people actually really like that song. We're like, oh fuck, seriously? Like the one song we were scared about? Nice. But yeah, like I didn't hear the vocals until they came back already like somewhat mixed. I think Steven was the only one there to watch him record that. So hearing it back, I'm like, oh shit, that's how it's gonna sound. I love it. Like it's awesome. Like I couldn't be any more happy in the way it turned out. Like,
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, for writing this that entire record was interesting. Like getting everyone's opinions together and just making sure everything flowed properly. But in the end, I think it turned out pretty okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I friggin' like I literally gave it a 10 out of 10. So I mean, it's got to be all right.
Yeah, it's like it's okay.
It's okay, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah.
What was that like? What exact kind of gear and stuff like that did you use as far as recording on Resented there?
Funny enough, I could probably still recollect every single thing that I probably used.
I mean, I do. Sorry, I didn't cut you off. I do
go
have
ahead.
a lot of gear enthusiasts who do listen into the podcast. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
they'd be interested to hear as well. What?
So for in terms of like actual drums, I used the Gretsch kit we talked about earlier, the Renowned Maple. For a snare, I actually used the Joey Jordison Signature.
Oh, cool.
Which a lot of people hate on for some reason. I guess because it's a cheaper snare, I guess. But I don't know. Like, I mean, buy good skins and tune it right. It sounds fucking awesome.
It's a good snare.
Oh, it's absolutely a great snare. Like, it's all like tuning and stuff like that. In terms of cymbals, I use all Zildjian just because that's what I started with when I was a kid. Well, not really a kid, like when I was a teenager, but that's what I started with. So I'm gonna die with them if
I'm gonna die with them if I have to, bro.
Bury me with my china.
Bury me with my china. Typical metal drummer. Bury me with my china.
Oh, absolutely.
And my double kick.
Yeah, there you go. So I use all Zildjians. Like, I'm trying to think of exactly what I use, but I guess that's like a little too detailed.
Yeah.
But I mean, if like you're looking for a good china, get the Oriental china, 18-inch, amazing. And another good must-own cymbal, in my opinion, is the Zildjian Sweet Ride. Ooh, those things are freaking...
That's a nice ride.
Oh, they're beautiful. You can crash on them. They sound awesome. You can use them as rides, like just ping them. Friggin' awesome. Kicks. I'm not really sure what I used for kicks. Like I know, like I can envision them in my head, but I can't like tell you exactly what they are. I know they're made by Tama. I know that, but I think they're like the class like under Iron Cobras, but I really like them. Like I like the beaters on them because I use the hard side, and Iron Cobras don't have that. They just have these weird spiky things.
I have no idea.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm
just talking at this point.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, it's the funniest thing is, you know, at gigs we'd have like some drum stuff, and whenever we did, like I knew nothing about drum stuff, and like people are asking me questions, and I'm just kind of like, yeah. Like I knew just enough to get me by.
Yeah.
But like when like a legit drum dude would come in, I'd be like, bro, I have no idea. Like he'd be asking about like this type of, so would you say the wave format on this cymbal would be comparable to this one? And I'm like, I don't freaking know.
Yeah, even that shit, I'm like, don't talk to me about waves, dude. I just hit the thing. Fuck.
Yeah, I hit it and it makes noise.
Yeah.
No, they asked me, and I'd be like, well, sir, if you take this stick and you hit this thing, it makes a noise.
Yeah. Hit it yourself. Fucking find out.
Find out how good it sounds. What's the decibels on there? I don't know.
Enough to hurt your ears. The next question.
Enough to hurt your ears. Oh, shit. It can also be used as a chair to hit you over the head with.
Yeah. Fucking, I could sharpen this and smack you with it. Like,
I'll throw it at you like a friggin'
keep asking me questions. See what happens.
Keep asking me questions. See what happens. Oh,
I'm actually a very nice guy. Please say hi to me at shows.
Yeah, no, Anthony's a good guy. Definitely be sure to say hi to me at any show. So we've talked about a whole bunch of stuff, random segues, fun conversations, all that kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
collaborative represented and that kind of thing. As far as the local scene, and this is kind of a very broad question because there's a lot of bands. And as far as bands like in the local scene, that kind of thing that you enjoy and you like to shout out and recommend to people and that kind of thing, is there any that really come to mind right now? Or
I mean, it's like it's not a problem of like how many I could think of. It's how many that I could say without like running out of breath here. Because there are so many good bands in the local scene, man. It's absolutely mind blowing. Like Drag the Lake, amazing band. Falsifier, I can't really say they're local anymore, but
yeah, that's cool though. That's cool for those guys.
Oh, absolutely, I'm stoked for them. For anyone who doesn't know, they're signed on Artery Records now, and it's fucking mind blowing to see someone, multiple people that you know and have played shows with, to actually get that far. So like, I'm in no way jealous. I'm just extremely supportive of it. Like,
no, for sure.
Shit, I'm excited for them. Like all of them are such amazing dudes and deserve every single thing they get.
Yeah, and they're brutal.
Oh,
like, in a good way. Like,
absolutely.
It's so good.
They're so fucking heavy. It's incredible. There's bands like Lungless, Speaker. I mean, I could bring up like Fear the Unknown, and stuff, but I feel like they get enough airtime on here.
They've gotten a lot of airtime here on this episode of the Harder Show.
Not much is out of my league. Just saying. Oh, God, there's so many. Crown Lands, not nowhere near in the same style as
But still-
any of the other bands I mentioned.
Yeah, even
but-
though it's in the metal scene, but just the local, like the
Oh, yeah.
Bowmanville, Ottawa scene, even like.
Yeah, like Crownland's amazing band. God, there's so many now that I think about it. It's like, holy shit. What are some other good bands like Mad Trapper? There's a band that's just like kind of finding their own called Blossom. Man, like I could probably go on and on, but I think I'm gonna call it there. Those are the ones that like pop in mind first.
Yeah.
But just go to local shows, people. Don't listen to me. Like if you like any of those names, go watch them. But for the love of God, just go to local shows. Like go have some fun, find some new bands, support them, buy shit, all that good stuff. Like I can tell you names for days. Like there's so many different bands, but for the love of God, just go watch one.
Yeah.
Like I can tell you as many times as I want to go check out a band, but you'll probably just go on YouTube, watch it for 10 seconds, and go, okay, and then close it.
Yeah, that's the the generation now. It's
singles.
quick. It's
Yeah. It's once you find that one good song, you stick with it until another one comes, and then that song gets left in the dust. Like there's so many even like popular artists nowadays that have like a couple good songs. It's like, yeah, they're great, and then they disappear from existence.
Yeah.
Like a popular example that I like to think of is like Carly Rae Jepsen when she had "Call Me
Yes.
Maybe." That destroyed charts. Like she was number one for ages, and now she ain't doing shit.
Yeah, like she's had a couple
I mean,
songs.
she's
I
probably
think,
doing
but, like,
something, yeah, but like
it's
she'll
not the same.
never
Yeah,
reach
she'll
what
never
she
reach
had,
that again.
which is unfortunate because it was a damn good song.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I got love for Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like just go watch shows, people. Like
Just support.
go to a local bar if you see a band's playing. Just go enjoy yourself. Like if you're sitting at home and you see someone invites you to a show and you're not doing anything, like for the love of God, go. Like don't just sit there and go, hey, that'd be fun, and then never ever think about it again.
That'd be fun, but I'm gonna play Fallout instead. Like just
I mean, I'm not dissing Fallout. Fallout's fucking awesome, but
yeah. So you're a big gamer, are you? Or
oh,
a little-
dude, way too much.
Yeah, we might have to talk a little bit of games in just a few minutes here then.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm outdated,
Oh,
but
boy.
I am a big gamer as well. But definitely some local bands there. Is there any bands? Just kind of wrapping up the band talk here till we get into maybe a little bit of
Yeah.
gaming talk. I didn't plan for that, but hey, why not?
Yeah,
Are there any bands off the top of your head that you would love to play with on any level, as far as like dream bands or anything like that?
That again, that's a whole nother list I can go on and on about. I mean, there are a
Give
lot.
me your top 5.
Okay, Architects. That's like number one off the top of my head because God, they're so good. They're way too good. Like from the UK, and they keep putting out good records. Like, and they keep getting better, and it's mind blowing. What's another good band? Stick to Your Guns. They're actually coming this fall. I think it's in September. I think. They're coming with like Stray from the Path and Knocked Loose, and oh my God, if we could just open for that show, even for just like a song or two, I would be like, yes.
It'd be a good show.
Oh, it'd be amazing. Frig, what are some other good ones? Damn it. Like there's so many bands I would actually want to play with, but like naming them off the top of my head, I can't for some reason right now. Like A Day to Remember, if I could ever even like be on the same stage as them at any point in time, I'd probably cry. To be quite honest, I would cry.
If you could replace Scott Stapp in that video.
Oh my God, I wouldn't be able to do any of that justice. No way.
Day to Remember, that's Bad Vibrations, right?
Yeah.
That's that tune.
Oh, Bad Vibrations, the song, it's so good.
Dude. I was like, I wasn't a massive a Day to Remember fan.
Yeah.
And my buddy's like, shout out to Matthew Cannons. He's like, oh, bro, like, I'll put on this new song. And I'm like, Day to Remember. I was like hating on them or whatever.
Yeah. Then he put on that.
And he put that on and it's just, boom,
Yep.
don't forget. And I'm like, what is happening right now? And I was like,
They are putting
like,
out some good music right now.
dude. I was just like, yo. And I knew the guitar player. This is an interesting little thing here.
Oh, okay.
Not know him like I know him personally,
yeah.
but like I knew him because he, for a brief period of time, dated a wrestler
Okay.
whose name was Paige. and he was like on like their reality show, whatever the fuck.
Interesting.
And like he was on, so I was like, oh yeah, dating a member, okay, like they were getting some good stuff, and then like they have this really nasty breakup and shit, and then they come up with like the heaviest shit I've like ever heard from them.
Yep.
And I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, like their new record they're getting ready to put out, it's gonna like blow people's minds.
Yeah,
like
I
they
can't
put
wait
out
to hear it.
another song called Paranoia, which is a really good tune, and then they put out another song called, I think it was Bullfight, which is another crazy good song. Like I don't think they've gone wrong so far.
No, not
every
at
song
all.
they put out. But yeah, in terms of other bands I would like to play with, like I'd love to play with a rapper. Like that's kind of like a weird side
Yeah.
thing, but like I'm getting really into like hip hop and stuff like that. Not like
Nothing wrong with some good, good solid hip hop.
Like a lot of like people were like, "Oh man, you play metal, you can't possibly like hip hop." I'm like, "Fuck you, yeah, I can." Like
Some beats and stuff,
Exactly.
man.
I'm
Like-
listening to some really good stuff but lately, like getting really into it, and I'm like, I would love to.
What kind of stuff?
Oh god, like I'm just there's like bunch of like newer rappers almost like Childish Gambino, Little Dicky, Hobson, stuff like that.
Yeah, Hobson's good. I like his
Hobson's
stuff.
amazing. Like he's like I listened to you know who his Ill Mind songs. He put out Ill Mind 8 not too long ago, and it's crazy good. It's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like any just rappers hit me up. I'll drum with you.
Yeah, well, it's funny because Hobson, if I'm not mistaken, there was a tie somewhere in there to Tech Nine. I think if I'm not, and like, I love Tech Nine.
I
love his
Tech
stuff.
Nine's amazing too. There's a lot of he calls out everyone.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's a person Hobson hasn't called out yet.
Yeah, I know there was like some stuff there, but
Yeah, like in Ill Mind 8, the one I was just talking about, he was he had problems with his record label, and where most people would have kept silent with it and just said, "Yeah, I'm having trouble." He made a diss track about them, and now now they left him alone.
yeah, sometimes what you got to do.
Yeah.
Like, I got love for like a good, solid flow and like
Exactly.
a cadence, and like I love that. Like I got a lot of new. I should say I like some rap.
Yeah,
Hip hop, I can take it or leave it.
right.
But I mean, I like Eminem, fucking stuff like
Oh,
that.
Eminem's
But like,
solid as
like, I'm sitting here. But even like some popular music,
Right.
Like there's this one song, the beat, it just gets me. It's by the Chainsmokers.
Oh yeah,
Featuring Daya. My girlfriend, like it's her jam. It comes on and she cranks it. Don't Let Me Down.
oh yeah.
That I'm sitting there like grooving to it, and I'm like, no, I'm a metal guy. I don't like pop.
Dude, I listen to everything.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I'm a fan of good music.
Yeah.
Like that's all I could say. Like people are like, "What are you into?" I'm like, "Good music." Like there's nothing like I can narrow it down to where I'm like, "Oh, I just listen to deathcore, black metal, all that shit."
I only listen to Of Mice and Men.
No, I just listen to good music, man. Like anything that I enjoy, I'll listen to. I'll put it on my phone. Like I'm a huge binge listener of the 1975 right now. You ever listen to 1975?
Yeah, I bet.
I love them. Like I don't know. Like a lot of people call them like edgy and just emo and like kind of generic. I'm like fucking. So
Yeah,
what?
man. If you like
if
it,
you
listen
enjoy it, god damn it, listen to it.
Yeah, the amount of shit I get for loving Creed.
Yeah.
And like defending Creed.
Yeah.
Even like Scott Stapp's like solo work.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a solid record, brother. And people are just like, why? Like they'll be like, yeah, take me higher. And I'm like, no, but like go back and listen to like My Own Prison.
Right.
And like, oh, there is some good, deep stuff on there. Mark Tremonti is one of the best guitar players you'll ever hear.
Right.
His solo stuff is metal.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard any of the Tremonti stuff?
I don't think so, actually.
Check it out.
Okay.
Tremonti, My Last Mistake
Sweet.
is the track. You'd be surprised. The guitar player from Creed and Alter Bridge, and he's vocally doing it, and he's doing the guitars for it.
Sick.
And it's good.
All right.
Everyone I tell to check it out, they check it out, and they like text like, dude, like, this is the guitar player from Creed? And I'm like, yeah. But so it's cool that you have such a nice broad horizon.
Yeah.
With music and that there.
Absolutely.
But we were just kind of talking briefly a little bit, very briefly about gaming.
Oh yeah.
So what's your poison, I guess, so to
Oh,
speak,
boy.
as far as what consoles and what games you like, what type of games and that kind of thing.
I've always been a PlayStation boy, dude.
Yeah,
Always.
dude.
Yeah.
What up?
We just fist bumped.
Virtual fist bump, folks.
Like I owned, like as a kid, like 3 years old, I got my like the original PlayStation.
Yeah.
And that's all I've ever played. I got PS2, PS3, PlayStation Portable, PSP, whatever, and got PlayStation 4, and I'm like, oh man, like I love all of it.
Yeah, I've only been a PlayStation guy since the PS3.
Okay, yeah,
but see, I was a Nintendo kid.
Right.
I still got my N64.
Oh yeah,
like the original. It's all
Nice.
still works great and everything. So whenever I hear someone's a PlayStation person, I'm like, yeah.
Like nothing against Xbox. Play whatever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like if you enjoy whatever Xbox puts out, then fucking play it. Yeah, I'm not gonna hate you for it. But I've always been a PlayStation. Okay. No hate coming from my end of the table, at least. But yeah, like recently a game came out called No Man's Sky.
I've heard about this.
I've been playing the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It's so good. I've been playing a game called Destiny with a bunch of my friends all the time.
I need, because I love Mass Effect,
Yeah.
right? And like RPGs. I'm a huge nerd.
Right.
Like some of the stuff I would show you, you'd just be like, what? Like, what? Like some, even like this is, it's crazy.
Right.
But so like I see this Destiny game and some people are like, yeah, it's kind of like Mass Effect, but like not really. And like they're explaining it to me and I'm like, I need to play this game.
Okay, it's a very interesting game.
Yeah.
It's I could like go on and on about it because I've been playing it for like a year straight at this point.
Yeah, it's that good, huh?
Yeah, they're actually releasing a new expansion for it this September, but it's only coming to like the next generation consoles because they're basically like, yeah, if we put this on Xbox 360 and PS3, we couldn't give you as much as we want. Mm-hmm. So we're like, we have to leave that behind. But they still have an entire expansion for that and everything. Like you could spend days playing that.
Yeah, see, like
with finding stuff to do.
Oh, for sure. Well, the thing is, like, I just still have my PS3, right? Like,
Right,
I don't,
exactly.
I am going to at some point buy a PS4. My whole thing is, though, like, I refuse to buy new games anymore.
Right.
I bought WWE 2K16.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big wrestling mark, as you know.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was $70. And it's literally a slightly upgraded version from the last one I had. And
That's
I was
why
like,
I don't buy
bro,
sports games like that.
Yeah,
for
I
that
usually
reason.
don't.
But you're a wrestling guy, so you have to.
I had
sort
to.
of,
I had to. But like, I'm looking at these new games. Like, I was looking at Destiny the other night.
Yeah.
Like the Fallen King expansion or whatever. I'm looking at it and I'm going, okay, I could download this right now. It's $80. Or
Yeah.
I could take that $80 and like fill up my car for like 2 months.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit. Or alternatively, I could like put that towards a new mixer for the podcast. Or
Right.
I could buy some cheeseburgers. Like, just, there's all this other stuff I could do. But I'm like,
See, for me, when it's for video games, it's more impulse than anything.
yeah,
Like,
I'm the same way.
yeah, like I'll see a game and I'm like, well, I have to get that now.
No Man's Sky just came out. How much is it? Like $80? I got to buy it.
Yeah, it's like I have to get it now.
I have no choice.
How much do I have in my bank account? 81. It's mine.
That $1. I got to get gas. Fuck it. I'll walk.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck it. Like I'm terrible with that. Like PlayStation had like a sale a couple weeks ago with like games for like $7.50.
Yeah.
I bought so much shit. Like I bought the Borderlands collection. It's like Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the prequel for $7. I'm like, well,
I missed that. And I'm so pissed because I'm replaying Borderlands 1 with my buddy, right? Doing the co-op. And like, we're going to get 2 once we beat, because I beat it, but he never did, right? So we're just playing through it. And
I never played 2 actually. That's why I got it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to play
2's
it.
really good, apparently.
It's so good. Dude.
I've never played it. I've played it a little bit, but
It's so good.
So are you you don't really have like a preference of genre you play, or you just kind of play everything? Or
I mean, it kind of like depends. Like there's some games that I just don't like because they're not for me. Like trying to think of one here, like weird like simulation or lifestyle games.
Oh, sure,
like
sure.
That.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna touch that. I'll play pretty much anything though. Like anything someone puts in front of me, like I'll give it a chance. Like I'm not gonna say no to like someone's like, hey, you want to play this? I'm like, fucking yes, hand me the controller. Why didn't we start like 20 minutes ago?
Why haven't we, instead of recording this podcast,
We could have been playing anything right
what
now.
the hell?
We've been wasting like 5 hours. But yeah, like I'll play anything. Like I've been recently getting into like a lot of RPGs and stuff like that. Like I played The Witcher and stuff like that.
Yeah, I gotta play The Witcher.
Witcher 3 is amazing, dude.
I gotta play it.
It's so good. I love it to death. Like, it's pretty glitchy sometimes, like, but they're all hilarious. Like nothing game breaking. It's just like little graphical things that make you giggle.
You want to see glitch?
Oh boy.
I there's this game I have for the N64, right?
Yep.
It's called Alien Chronicles: The First Mage.
Okay.
It is like fantasy RPG, like nerd central.
Sweet.
It's kind of like a turn-based RPG game,
Okay.
kind of thing. It's really different. Graphics are god awful because it was made at like in 2000, like the end of the line for the N64 base. It was one of the last games, and it just didn't sell. It was terrible, whatever.
Yeah.
Amazing story, tons of characters, awesome. But great game breaking glitches. And I'm not meaning like you had to turn off the game. I mean that was it. Once that glitch happened, you had to restart your file.
Oh no.
Doesn't matter if you were, because I mean, I logged like 80 hours on this game at one point.
Oh yeah.
It didn't matter.
Oh no.
Just restart the whole thing, and just brutal.
No man.
Oh, so like I love me my RPGs, and I've played some really like random, like people are like, what even is that? In PS3, there's one. I think you can pick it up for like $5. I've seen it on. It goes on sale all the time. I think if you're a PS
Plus person.
Yeah, I'm a PS Plus person. Right?
Same. Yeah.
I got it for free. It's called Arcania: The Complete Tale or something stupid like that.
Okay.
It's so bad. It's good. Like the story makes no sense at all. The voice acting is atrocious.
Oh, that's
the
my favorite.
combat is okay. It grows on you. Like at first, I was like, "This is the worst game I've ever played."
Right.
And then I kind of got through the tutorial, and I'm like, "Okay."
I'm
This is
invested
pretty
in
good.
this now.
Yeah, now because like you invested in the story, and you're like, yo, this guy needs revenge. They killed his wife. God damn it!
Fuck, not his wife.
Yeah. Now it's like I just ruined the intro of the game, whatever. So it's
That's the entire plot to God of War. So
yeah, literally. But then like you got a game like God of War. That's a good example. I'm not a big fan of God of War.
Really?
Like I play them, and I mean I like it and everything, but like
Okay. Well, which ones did you play? Because
all of them.
you played every single one.
Yeah. I think it was because there was one boss fight in God of War 2. I don't remember what it was. I wish I could remember. But
I
I
could probably tell you.
could not beat it.
Really?
I tried for hours and days. And finally, I just went, I don't care about this game anymore.
Oh,
like, you'll
that'll do
never
it.
see me play Dark Souls. It's not gonna... I'd probably like it. I play games to have fun and
Right.
be entertained and for story and to take me away from my life for a little
Right.
bit, just to have some fun. I don't want to sit here and...
Get angry.
You died.
Yeah.
Again? What the fuck? Like just...
I played my first like Dark Souls game not too long ago. I played Bloodborne, which is like of the same company. Made it for the PS4. It's so hard. It's really hard, but honestly, it wasn't so much that it was hard and I didn't enjoy it. It was the satisfaction of overcoming.
Yeah, I beat it. I did
Exactly, which is exactly what it was. Like I got past a boss I probably died like 50 times on, and I've literally dropped my controller, walked away, and was like, I did it. Like thank God I'm not touching this for like a day or two. Like I don't need the stress in my life.
Oh, well, that's it. Like I'll get stressed. Like see the things with me too is I'm a complete rage.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Like, I've never seen anybody as bad as I am. Everyone's always like, "Oh, yeah, I'm a rage quitter." No. Like I had to stop playing video games for a long time because I got. But it was one time I punched my wall and I like broke my hand almost.
Oh fuck.
Since then I stopped playing video games for a while. But like I'm so bad. So it's like it was my one buddy. He's like, "Yo, you gotta play Dark Souls." I played it for like 10 seconds, and I was like, "No, I'm done. No, not gonna happen." Because I'm just like.
Nope, that's the kind of game where you hurt people. Like if you get too angry.
Oh, because I would just be like, I'd break a window. Like I'd be like, nah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, I would advise to stay away from it.
But then you play a game like Mass Effect, and it's like if it's a hard area, it's like okay, I can get past that.
Yeah, it's
or like
built for you to get
Skyrim or
past,
something. Yeah. Something like Skyrim, you can just be like, all right, fuck this entire place. I'm just gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to beat this dungeon. I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to the other side of the world and do some other shit.
pretty much.
Yeah, there's so many like games and stuff like that, and I just love gaming. I'll talk gaming for hours.
Exactly. Okay, next, like we'll do another episode. We'll
Yeah,
do gaming.
we'll
cast.
come back and we'll just do a game cast. But it's just kind of getting back, just to wrap this up here.
Okay.
I've kept you long enough from your life. I'm sorry.
That's fine, man. I'm having way too much
Yeah, I
fun
know.
here.
This has been a blast, man. As far as any kind of future plans you can talk about and want to talk about for Out of My League, is there anything kind of...
Well, nothing. I can't really say like anything confirmed because like we have a lot of stuff that we want to do in the future.
Oh, for sure.
That we want to like get to. But right now there's nothing like concrete. Like we want to hopefully by the end of this year set up a nice long tour for ourselves and a couple other local bands, just get around and play a bunch of places we've never played before. I know for a fact Dom and Ali are taking next year off from school. They just graduated from high school and they were like, now we're going to take a year and we're going to push our band. So we want to be touring like all next year, basically.
I don't mean to interrupt, but there's something I forgot to ask you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can recall, I think it was a year or two ago, I remember hearing rumbles that you were going to be leaving the band as you were going to school.
Yeah, that was a thing.
And then you made the decision to not go and stay. And
so what that was I had a girlfriend at the time. She went to school in Windsor, and things were getting a little tricky with that. There's always a girl involved.
No, I get it, but I did the long distance thing only for a year, but like it was brutal.
No, I did it too. Like I'd spent like a year away from her basically. And then it was even longer because she had to stay during the summer.
Yeah.
So basically she was in Windsor for an entire year. I had to spend hundreds of dollars going back and forth to visit her. And in, I think, the February of 2014, I was like, why don't I just go to school there? Like, what the fuck? Like, why am I doing this to myself? But then it got closer to it. Like, I think it was July. And I was due to be up the next month. And I'm like, wait, why the fuck am I moving for a girl? It just kind of clicked for me. I'm like, I care about her and everything, but I'm like, I have something I love doing here. Like my heart's in this. But I mean, like, I care about her to death, but at the same time, it's like there's another 4 people here that I'm like,
you care about
exactly
as much as not.
And I love doing this. Like, why would I ever give this up? And I told her, and of course, shit went wrong there. It didn't last much longer after that.
Yeah. I get it, but like,
no, absolutely. Like I recognized at the time that it was a mistake to like leave home and spend $20,000 for a girl. And I was like, yeah, that's probably not the best idea.
Yeah. I mean, like as a dude who's been in a relationship for 4 years, like
that's how long I was in a relationship, man.
Really?
Yeah. That relationship was just over
really
4 years.
A little younger though, I guess.
Yeah. We started in like the 10th grade, man.
Yeah.
And then we went until I was 20 or 19.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I mean, no, you just know when it's a bad decision.
Yeah, like I just felt it in my gut. I just went to my mom one day. I'm like, I don't want to go, and she's like, okay.
All right.
I'm saving thousands of dollars. So
that's cool because most people are like, you're going.
No, my parents are like, just at this point, just do whatever the hell makes you happy. Like, there's too much bullshit going on in the world to be doing something that makes you miserable.
That's what I say. I say to people all the fucking. I cannot stress this enough, folks. He just said it. Do what makes you happy.
Holy shit. I cannot say that enough. Holy shit.
People say to me all the time, I still get it a year later. Yo, dude, you must be just like so depressed. Why? Oh, I mean, gigs and everything. And I'm like, motherfuckers, it's been a year almost.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, like you work at the travel center, like you clean toilets. I supervise people cleaning toilets. Okay, listen. Yeah, I know. But like, it's like, but dude, like, how far? Like, I saw like someone, he was a customer. They're like, oh, how far the mighty have fallen. And I'm just kind of like, fuck you. What do you do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, my job. I like my job enough, and I enjoy it enough, and I love the people that I work with.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's cool. I don't love them in the sense of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I have a wonderful life. I have a wonderful girlfriend, wonderful friends. I have friggin' acquaintances even that I do the podcast is something that I do because I love doing it.
Yeah.
I get to do shit like this.
Exactly.
I fucking hang out with you for like 4 hours and just shoot this shit. And it's like, yo, do what makes you happy and fuck everyone else.
Agreed.
Everything else will work out. And that's what you did, basically.
Yeah. Then like, I could go on for this for hours. I could get to like a deep emotional thing here for the next hour. I could go on and on about all the shit that's gone on, but in the end, I will just say, I've been through enough where I know that your happiness is what matters most.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I don't care. You shouldn't care if like your girlfriend's upset at you, or a boyfriend, I don't judge.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Whoever or whatever you'd like to do.
Whoever, whatever it is, your dog, whatever.
Yeah, if they don't disagree with something that you're doing, but it makes you happy, focus on you. For the love of God, focus on you. If like you have a decision that you have to make that would hurt someone, but would like make you like happier in the end, go with that decision. 100% of the time. Just always like go for what is going to make you happiest in the end.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it's going to end up like hurting someone else, then probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Like if you have some like weird malicious thoughts,
Yeah.
please
do what
don't.
makes you happy. That basically do what makes you happy, but don't hurt others by doing it if you can help it.
Yeah, exactly.
With obvious reasons. Like if you're like, hey, I really want to like shoot this friggin' plane. Or,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't be doing that. No,
And let's not get
here.
into that.
Let's
That's some
not
like
get
weird
into-
psychological shit I'm not getting into right now. But in the end, just, you know what? Just stick with whatever is going to make you happy. For the love of God, just do that.
Absolutely. For sure. I still feel like we have like more to talk about.
Oh, I know.
Like,
we could go on for hours.
Oh, we could probably go for another like 3 hours. But just kind of right before I wrap this up here, I feel I've kept you long enough here. We're gonna have to have you back.
Oh, absolutely.
For part 3 and 4. Any kind of quick, funny fan stories that you have off the top of your head here?
I mean, there was the one time that Dom got asked for his number by a woman that's clearly much older than him.
I never heard this.
Yeah, because he probably doesn't want to talk about it. But
I'm going to talk about it anyway.
well, I mean, she was an attractive girl. She's like probably like 25, 26, but she probably had no idea that A, he was probably like 18 or 17 at the time, and B, he had a girlfriend.
Well, yeah, of
and
course,
still
yeah.
does. But so yeah, she was like, "Hey, can I just like grab your number or something?" He's like, "I have a girlfriend and I'm like 18 years old." She's like, "Oh, okay," and just walks away. And he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that was weird." There was the time where we got interviewed by a guy that no idea who he is to this day. Like, we got interviewed because he just does local interviews for random bands or events he goes to. And he interviewed us, and like a weird like little flip cam, and it was a little too close to his face, so you can only hear pretty much his audio. He's like, "Hey guys, okay, here's an interview," and we're just kind of like, "So you know, it's been good." I'm trying to like dynamically show
Yeah,
this.
no, I know what you mean. Yeah,
But I'm not sure of the levels of what's getting it.
it's getting it.
Okay, sweet. So, but yeah, we had like a random interview with him, and like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. There was the time, one of our first shows, we had merch. We had a Tim Hortons logo shirt.
Yeah, I love that one.
And this guy, I think we found out who he was later, but he came up to our merch booth. He's like, "I work for Tim Hortons. This isn't okay." And we're like, who, what? Like, no. This is like the first time you've ever had this shirt. Don't fuck with us. And he's like, "No, I'm serious. Like this, you can get in really big trouble for this." And we're like, "Oh, fuck. Like, I'm sorry." Like, and then he just kind of leans over. He's like, "I'm fucking with you." I'm like Nathan's dad for the unknown. I'm like, "You fucking son of a bitch." I've never been more scared in my life of like getting sued.
I mean, they couldn't do anything.
I know, but as like a guy's just
I know what you
starting out
mean.
in the
Yeah,
band,
I'd be shitting
like
too.
my heart just kind of stopped for a second. I'm like, "Oh no, not this."
That's the one thing you don't want.
Exactly. That's the publicity you don't want. But I don't know. There's I think that's kind of the majority I could kind of tell. I mean, I think Dom told you about the Asian lady with the bag
that was
of
interesting.
rice, like rice things.
Snack things.
Yeah.
Or Chicago mix.
In terms of fan stories, I can't really think of anything because like we haven't had too many like.
That's not saying a bad
fans.
thing as far
Oh,
as
absolutely.
But there's the old one I always tell of the girl coming into gigs, and
Right,
I
yeah,
told that
yeah.
on Dom's, and that one's classic.
That's an amazing story. I love
Just her
it.
literally fangirling over you guys, and you weren't even there.
I know. Freaking crazy.
Oh my god, you know Anthony? Oh my god. You know Dom? Oh my god.
That's freaking weird.
I'm just like, I mean, she was young, so it's like I get it,
absolutely.
but I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay. Do any upcoming shows or anything you want to plug while you're here?
I mean, we have a couple shows coming up, like at the end of August. Like we're playing one in Peterborough on the 23rd, at a place called the Doors Pub, and then we have one on the 27th in Collingwood for a festival called Sustain Fest. It's a charity festival. I think it's the first year it's ever been run. So
cool.
We're super stoked to be part of it. Still waiting for confirmation on another one. And then I'm trying to think if we have anything else. Oh, we have a Boneville one on the 30th with just us, Fear the Unknown, and we're trying to bring Lungless out.
Where's that at?
The Firehouse, as per usual.
I'm going to have to go to that show.
And Lungless is a super dope band that's never been to Boneville, so we were like, oh, they have to come now. Like, because we just wanted to set up a small show before the summer ran out. We're like, all right, we're doing it. So, and now Lungless is like, yeah, we're totally on board. And I'm like, yes, it's actually going to be a sick show.
I'm gonna have to make sure I can get out to that.
Oh, it's going to be
Get
awesome.
the night off.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. But other than that, I don't think there's any, off the top of my head, solid plans for right now. Just a lot of planning and a lot of things. Like, we're trying to plan a small festival in Oshawa. Can't really say much about it right now.
Interesting.
But that's another thing we're on. We're on the Great Lakes Heavy Fest that takes place in Windsor. I think it's the second year it's been running, but there's some incredible bands on there. I'm pretty sure. Like, nothing's been like shown. Like, no one's posted anything about it. But like, just from talking to the promoter and telling me a couple of the bands that's on there, it's gonna be incredible. But yeah, like, just a bunch of planning going ahead. Hopefully we set up some tours for this year and next year. And yeah, I mean, just working, writing, all that good stuff.
Just living the dream.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Well, guys, be sure to check Out of My League out. They got all the social medias up running there.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook and all. You guys know I always plug everything in whenever
like
I do it.
20th plug at this point.
Yeah, one more solid plug
yeah.
for Out of My League. I know people are going to be stoked when they see that you're on, though, because everyone likes you.
Aw.
Like, everyone's always just like, oh yeah, Tony, yeah, he's a good shit.
And that's the funny thing. Like, I'm never sure how people perceive me, because I'm sure, like, when I'm seen from a distance, people see me as like this big hairy Italian dude, and they're like, "Oh
Big
shit,
Harry. Oh shit, he's gonna be."
you
like
kidding?" I've been called Harambe's son like 15 times, mainly by people in my band.
I don't know why I'm laughing so hard at that.
Oh, because it's hilarious. That's why.
Oh my god.
I've been, that's been a rant. That's been a consistent comparison for me in the past month, because that's mostly a Lee, really.
I can see that.
Yeah, but where was I going with this?
I'm not sure. But
like, just people like seeing me shows, and you're calling me nice, which is really nice of you, by the way. Like, a lot of people just like tend to talk to Dom or whatever, just because, you know, vocalist syndrome.
he's the front man, you know.
Which is perfectly
his
fine.
job.
Like, I'm probably, and it's funny because I'm the least recognized person in the band, I'm pretty sure. Like, even like Steven and Lee have been like shouted at, like, "Hey, you're Out of My League," and I'm just kind of standing there like, yes, they are.
So am I. Yeah, they are. They are Out of My League. These guys right here.
I forget if it was North Lane or Acacia Strain, but I was sitting at the bar after we played, and I think it was during a break between one of the bands, and some guy started like standing beside me, and we were just talking, and he was just talking about how he loved the bands and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, what do you think of the opening band? He looks at me. They were pretty good. I'm like, yeah, you think so? He's like, yeah, you know, like, pretty solid for an opening band. Like, I don't know, they're good. I'm like, yeah. Like, do you like recognize any of them? He's like, yeah, I could have sworn I saw like the vocalist over there and everything. And I'm literally standing there like, yeah, do you like them? Yeah.
yeah, I'm the drummer, asshole.
I was. Well, and then his friend came over and we were like talking about it again. And he's like, yeah, the opening band was really good. He's like, I wish I kind of met one of them. I'm like, hey. And he's like, what? I'm like, I'm the drummer. They're like, oh fuck.
Oh damn.
And immediately switch. I'm like, yeah, you guys were really fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you could just be honest with me, man.
To be honest
like,
with you,
honestly, like, I would rather than people like try to pump up our egos, be like, yeah, you guys were awesome. I would rather someone come to me after a set like, yeah, like, you kind of look tired up there, but you did pretty well. I'm like, oh, thank you. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it.
Kind of how I felt. Yeah, you're a little sluggish, but it worked.
Honestly, dude, like, sometimes I come out after a show and I'm like, I can't do anything. Like, what was one show where I did that? Last May we opened. We headlined it. Yeah, a show called Mosh for the Cure. Which was going all towards mental health stuff like that, and it was so hot in there, dude. It was like 90 degrees in there, or And I came out after that show literally like almost passed out. Like I remember leaning back, closing my eyes, and feeling consciousness fade away. Another show like that is when we played at the Wasted Space in Oshawa that sadly got shut down, and it got to like over 90 degrees in there because it's such a small room. We crammed like 80 people in there, and I remember I was literally drenched. Like I felt like I couldn't stand up. Like I was just absolutely exhausted, and I was like, "You guys have to like load out. I need a second."
I need to just chill for a second.
That's how I feel after a lot of shows. I'm like, I just need to sit here for like a solid minute, get me some water.
Yeah, well, it's because you give it like out of all the like a lot of the local, and I'm gonna catch shit for saying this, whatever. Yeah. Out of a lot of the local drummers in the scene, and that like when I watch you do your thing, I'm just like, fuck. Like I'm like I feel tired looking at you, but it's like. There's skill there, and there's fucking showmanship there, and a lot of younger drummers and that would say, "Oh, like who's like some of your favorite drummers in the scene?" And your name always comes up. And I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up your ass.
Oh, wow.
Like it's. I mean, that's just the truth behind the situation.
Well, thank you. So. Thank you to anyone who's ever said that, because I definitely don't agree. Like there's so many amazing drummers in the scene. Like it's crazy. Like even Fear the Unknown's drummer Nathan, he's incredible.
Sick.
He's awesome.
It's them. You got Dylan Porter, Outshine. You got freaking Ed from Beyond the Wall. Like there's
I'll even plug like Cody from Crownlands, the vocalist and drummer. He's amazing drummer.
Vocalist drummers piss me off.
I know. It's like,
so I'm like,
stop
how are you that good?
Yeah, stop. You're not allowed. And then there's like drummer for Drag the Lake, Curtis. He's amazing. Like he went to the same high school as me, a couple years older than me, but such a good dude and such an amazing drummer. Ryan Claxton of This is Death Valley, and more recently he actually joined Lungless because their drummer left, and he went on tour with them, and they were like, all right, he's the full-on drummer now. And I'm like, yes, because he's so good.
That's sick. And he has some awesome YouTube stuff too.
Yeah, he's just trying to be a drum teacher on YouTube, and his lessons are really good. Like, they're really solid, and he's just an amazing drummer, an amazing person. So yeah, like there's so many good drummers in this scene. And then when you say I'm one of them, and I'm like, no.
Oh, you're in that list, dude. That's my list I'm making. You're in the list. You're on TJ's list.
Sweet. All right, I'm on one list. I'm
on the list. So, but unfortunately, gotta wrap this up here. But I'm definitely gonna have you back.
Oh yeah.
Like, how's tomorrow? Have you back for more. But it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for coming, hanging out. It's been a blast.
Not a problem, man.
We will definitely do this again. Say hi to the guys for me.
Oh, I absolutely will. If they're not listening right now.
If they're not listening, shout out to the guys.
And if they're not listening right now, they're fucking terrible people.
Yeah, why would you not listen to your drummer on a podcast? I mean, on a future award-winning podcast. I mean, come on, folks. All right, Anthony, thanks a lot, buddy.
All right, take care.
All right, so that was part 2 of my conversation with Anthony from Out of My League. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was another fun episode. Anthony's a great guy. Really hit it off with him as far as the podcasting, that kind of thing is concerned. He will definitely be on the podcast again. We might do some kind of a part 3, just because there was a few things that we didn't get to talk about that I could tell we kind of still both wanted to talk about. And also, we're going to be doing some kind of gaming podcast at some point, and probably other things. Who knows? It was just such a blast. So really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have not, for some reason, be sure to check Out of My League out on Facebook. You can, if you just type in Out of My League, they should pop right up. I will also tag them in the status I put up on Facebook for this. You can also find them on YouTube. Just search Out of My League. They'll come right up. Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Be sure to check them out. They're an awesome, awesome band. If I haven't plugged them enough in the podcast before, plug them one more time. Out of My League, be sure to check them out. Now, it's been fun hanging out with you today, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. No matter how you're doing it, whether you're doing it on the SoundCloud, if you are, be sure to hit the like button on this podcast and hit the old follow button to keep up with everything I do on the SoundCloud. If you're listening on the YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like or dislike on this video, depending on what you thought of it. People been kind of trying to grow the YouTube a little bit more, do a little bit more content than just the podcast with like the picture kind of thing. So definitely keep your eyes on the YouTube. Kind of the viewership has been growing on there a little bit, so it's been really cool to watch that happen. I would love to do more vloggy type stuff, random little funny videos and that kind of thing. Maybe even eventually do some streaming. As far as when I say streaming, I basically mean like gaming videos, that kind of thing. I think that'd be really fun and cool to do, but who knows? Time will tell. But for now, just sticking with the podcast. But if you are on the YouTube, like I said, be sure to hit the like or dislike depending on which side of this video, and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. If you are also a channel and you have content and that kind of thing, I will definitely subscribe to your channel and follow and check it out and like so on and so forth as well. I want to. I don't want this to be a two-way street. I always try and help out other content creators as much as I can. And last but not least, if you're listening on the iTunes, be sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up with everything that's going on with The Harder Show on iTunes. You don't even have to think about it, folks. Once you subscribe on the iTunes, the easiest way to listen to The Harder Show, you'll just turn on your device one day, whether it's your iPod, your iPad, your iPhone, your Mac, however you're listening, you'll turn it on and it will download right into your iTunes podcast app. You don't even have to think about it. It's so easy. Why wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, come on. And if you happen to be on the iTunes, I'd appreciate a rating. You don't have to give a 5-star rating, but I mean, I'd appreciate it if you do. But if you don't think it's a 5-star podcast, that is okay. I still have a lot of growing to do as far as the podcast is concerned, and upgrades and all that kind of thing. But that's a story for another time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with me today. I very much enjoyed being able to keep you company, hang out with you while you're doing your thing, whatever you're doing. I hope you're hopefully at least you're relaxing a little bit on this Sunday afternoon here. But if you're not and you're heading to work or something like that, hopefully this has entertained you on your way into work or at the work at the gym or however you're listening, whatever you're doing. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you again so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys next time on The Harder Show. Take it easy.